Cheers.
Woo!
Oh,
hey! Look at that!
Hi, Shania.
Hey, Meg.
I'm kind of in the mood for something like episode 8.
Delicious.
Shout out Alex at Blue Bottle.
True! That guy's the GOAT.
He's really sweet.
We love him.
Okay,
That's so
that's
funny. I literally was gonna, wanted to say, I wanted us to, set an intention of having this be,
Channing. That's crazy.
That's a crazy, that's
No,
direct segue.
please go.
No, just of, having it be, a chill, Trevor Noah kind of, vibe. And I'm already 5 seconds in, we're, screaming our asses off.
To be quieter.
No, something that's, you have your morning coffee. This is NPR. Join us. No, I just... Could you imagine? Hey, guys.
Welcome to the radio
Right?
station.
And it's 8 in the morning. Because it's the morning.
No, that's a nice intention. Trevor Noah is delicious.
Exactly. That calmness just, bottled up.
I don't know if
I
that's
don't-
something we can accomplish.
I definitely don't want us to feel like we're put in a box.
That's a crazy box to put on.
Literally.
We're busting on the fucking holes. No, I think that's nice. I think
We're not doing
someone else could do it
Better.
Really?
I think we stick to our strong suit.
Yeah, let's stick to our gun.
Speaking of guns.
Come on.
Segue.
We saw Blink twice last night. I love when we watch the movie super close to recording time because we haven't spoken about it. I'd seen it already.
Yeah.
You hadn't seen it. And I was like, ooh, I feel it's a weighted thing when something has such heavy subject matter to recommend.
Right.
Because me personally, we can get into it. I fucking loved it.
We got the mics
Fucking
down.
loved it.
Let's go.
Loved it, but it also is, again, with the weighted subject matter, I always very apprehensive to suggest it, especially to a female friend. I'm
Right.
well,
Very, very triggering.
it is.
And they put a trigger warning at the beginning. That's kind of crazy. We've talked about that in the past.
Oh my god, did we press record on the camera?
I think I did, but we
I just was I definitely didn't.
I've never seen a trigger warning on a movie like that before.
We were just talking
That's
about
what I'm
this.
saying is we've talked about it on the pod before and
Yes.
look at how easy it is. Oh, Zoe Kravitz is boop, boop, boop.
It's so reflective of how male dominated the industry is because
Yeah.
of course men are
It's not a thing.
it's a spoiler and they don't need it, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's what?
Make your movie
literally-
interesting enough for that not to be
Facts.
the
That's so
spoiler.
true. That is so true. And also it's definitely necessary.
Yeah.
How many times we go into a movie and we're whoa, what
It's
the
shocking.
fuck?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
But this movie is a perfect example of a female director utilizing and showcasing violence, sexual violence against women to a gratifying degree. And for me, as a woman in the audience watching it, it was difficult to watch, absolutely. And it was definitely a lot and it was triggering, but the way that it ends and the way that they utilize that to have a gratifying end and the way they show the violence that the women are committing against the men tenfold versus the men on the women was thank fucking God.
It's very satisfying.
It makes it worth it.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
And I feel the feeling that it gives you, the redemption that it gives you at the end, it's you go through all of this trauma watching it, but then you get this because this is a perfect example of women committing violence against men in movies that I'm down for. I had to close my eyes for all the other violence, but they're smashing this guy's head into a brick and I'm watching. No, my eyes are not covered. I'm soaking it in.
Yum.
I'm down as
We were at a packed theater. Everyone erupts into
People
applause.
are applauding. People are
So
cheering
good.
for these women,
Literally.
these fucking guys up. And I was thinking I feel it's similar to when little boys watch superhero movies.
Yes.
Like that feeling of what is that? Empowerment. I don't know what it is, but it's
it's that and it's greater because we very rarely get it. And it's I hate men so much.
bash that
I
motherfuckers.
hate men so much.
There's blood splattering everywhere. They're just done. They're just fucking done.
It's so good. And while it is I trust in her gaze and I'm writing for these girls, it's still what the fuck is going to happen though?
It's a lot.
Because it's pretty evenly split here. And the way that she wrote the amount, the kills versus runaways moments, the horror genre I have such an issue with because it's...
Good night. Did you feel Did you feel there was I can't, because I can never tell if this is like just because horror movies feel predictable sometimes. Because I couldn't predict any of it, but there were certain moments and one-liners and some of the editing I felt like almost felt like trite in a way.
Yes.
And I wonder if that was intentional.
I think so. I think
yeah,
it's
like
so corny. Like when she falls and he helps her up and smiles at her, it's like, oh my God. Like,
or
it's
some of the freak out scenes or like the footsteps. Like, do you think she like played into that intentionally? And
I
then,
think
like,
so. First of all, insane directorial debut on her part. Seems so well versed in cinema, first of all, but the whole movie is littered with exactly that, like classic horror moments that are referential and also like little Easter eggs. Like I feel like these moments that are reflective of like, okay, we've seen it before. We've seen the looking through the box of pictures.
Yeah.
We've seen the friend calls and she doesn't hear it, you know, the chasing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
We've seen things before. But it feels like the tone of the movie is so specific because it's so funny. It's crazy to have a movie that's about like sexual violence against women that's funny as fuck.
Funny as fuck for women too.
For women.
Like girl jokes.
I was watching with Dylan, my boyfriend Dylan, and a man. A man, unfortunately. So there's like the montage of it. It's great at the island. It's like wealthy and beautiful and everyone's sexy and gorgeous and they're dancing and it's just amazing. The first 30 minutes are like, love it. I want to be there so
delicious.
bad.
Channing Tatum in his white linen with a little scrub.
He's crazy.
Oh my God. That's a whole other section.
Put a fucking pin in that.
Yeah.
But I knew, obviously there's hints. It's like, something's a little off. It's a little too good to be true. But the fact that he wasn't touching her, kissing her, making moves on her, I was like, he's doing some shady shit behind the scenes. Like, I knew that because the sex drives of these men is insatiable, and the way that we're not seeing it be played out at this juncture, what's going on? And I know that the men watching it didn't think about it. They were like, oh, they're just not showing that or whatever, or he's just like not trying to fuck her all the time.
Yeah, they weren't anticipating it.
The way that he wasn't actively trying to fuck her constantly, any of the men, that I was like, something's going on here. And I feel like the women watching it were like, they don't do that. They
There's
only
definitely
do that
like
for
a
one
Sixth
reason.
Sense element there.
Speaking of,
What?
that's who that guy is. Haley Joel Osment. That's the kid in The Sixth Sense, bro.
I don't know what that movie is.
The little boy in The Sixth Sense.
I'm just frozen.
He sees dead people. Spoiler alert.
Oh my God. I haven't seen that movie.
Well, you just referenced it.
I'm just saying there's just a Sixth Sense about it, but no, that was a reference. We'll cut all of this part out.
No, it's good.
Has that's
It's
my
good.
horror movie reference.
That's him, the fucker with the eggs.
That's crazy.
That's
Why?
okay. That's a whole other thing because I think her casting is so smart too because all of the perpetuants of violence, Simon Rex, Gina Davis, him, these are like famous actors who have been in like classic horror movies. Like Simon Rex is in all the scary movies. Gina Davis was in Beetlejuice and Thelma and Louise. Haley Joel Osment is the kid from Sixth Sense. Like kind of in hindsight, you're like, oh, of course all these fuckers are. Oh my God, Christian Slater. Christian Slater is like a king of that. Like he, first of all, fine as fuck. When he was the ugly old guy.
Oh my God, the one missing the pinky?
Yes. He was fine as fuck. He was in the Heathers. Huge crush.
Oh my God. That's fun.
He's
No,
a little
it's
like
stacked cast.
Stacked, but all like in like a gothic horror genre kind of way, which I think is so smart. What did you think about Channing?
I really, really, really liked him. I really thought, and especially at the end, like he got his acting chops in there, bro. Channing fucking
Literally.
Tatum. Well, also speaking of the casting being intentional, that was one of the first things I said is that is brilliant casting because it's like he was Jacob Elordi before Jacob Elordi was Jacob Elordi.
He's an it boy and a half.
As fuck. And so it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's such a good way to like
so good
use the parasocial relationship to like enhance like our experience of watching the movie.
Fucking love parasocial relationships.
I know. It's like use it. And I feel like Zoe Kravitz is the type of like we don't fucking know, but I feel like she's the type of person who like has an awareness of like
she definitely
the kids
seems aware.
and like what do we think of these people and how do we feel about Channing Tatum? He's like I feel like so loved.
This is first of all
Step Up, bro.
Yeah,
that's
Magic Mike.
Oh my
Bitch,
God,
he's Magic Mike.
I know. He's
It's
so
crazy.
fine, bro.
He's so hot.
The scrub.
Because like I'm getting on that fucking plane.
Oh my God!
I'm on the plane.
Charming, bro. When they're at the event at the beginning, and it's like it's such an intense close up on his face, and he's like he's literally like manifesting charm in the palm of his hand.
He's like dripping.
Oh my fucking!
I can't. No, I fucking love him.
I really can't
because he's delicious.
so yummy.
And that's the thing. It's like, I love it because he's obviously a perpetuant of violence and all the other men are too, and all the other men are fucking ugly. And so it's like, literally ugly guys do this and the hottest guy you've ever seen in your life does it. And it's like, no one in between. They all fucking do it.
In the ensemble cast, like the ensemble of men that she's lined up, we have every kind of man who perpetuates violence.
Yes.
Right in front of us. Like, I love the skinny young guy that they have. He represents like this naive, like, perspective who like also gets taken advantage of, but also is like that whole do nothing monologue.
That was amazing.
You're the type of motherfucker who does nothing.
There's a special place in hell for men who do nothing.
Which is like,
I got chills.
Which I know, me too, and that's so written by a woman. But also the
Yes.
fact that you have the character of Channing Tatum, fucking Slater,
Yeah.
fucking saying that, it's like it
aware.
echoes. It's like,
Yes, it does. And that character is so symbolic too of like these like fake woke feminist boys who are like
exactly.
quote allies.
They're all skinny and they all have floppy hair
and
like that.
they paint their nails, but like they're not gonna like.
He's like, why are they mad? What are we doing?
He literally says, "But we're such nice guys."
I know. But it's like, it's nice that he's there because it's like not just one type of fucker.
Yeah.
It's every type of fucker.
Totally.
And then they all get fucking murdered.
And what's ironic,
Big spoilers.
there's gonna be
They
spoilers.
all die in the end.
Except the ones we care about. Gina Davis playing like the old white lady.
Okay, we have to talk about the old white lady.
Okay, yes.
I thought it was the mother the whole time.
It's not confirmed.
Okay, yes. But I do think that she represents
Exactly.
like a mother figure.
Exactly.
She represents these fucking boomer white ladies. And literally that line where she's like, I didn't want to remember. And then she fucking bashes her head into
They're
the
gonna
mirror.
do what they're gonna do, and not my fucking problem.
She's
It's the 53% of women who vote for Trump, white ladies. Like, that's what it is. And that's how white ladies, you can either be this type of white girl or you can be this type of white girl. And it's like, who are you gonna fucking be? Because if you're gonna be this lady, then fuck you. But if you're gonna be this girl, then like help. Do something. Which is like, I thought it was such a good take because first of all, you're not expecting her to react that way. Because you see all the women have immediate visceral reactions that are like violent and positive, obviously. And then you see her react and it's like, she is like angry first of all, but then and you're like, I wasn't expecting her to react that way, but like, of course she fucking does. Of course she's like helping these boys. Of course she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And it's so like unexpected, but like, oh my god,
on
duh.
the nose. Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. I also think it's a really interesting like maternal figure to examine because the relationship to the guilt and the indoctrination and the way that they like weave together to be like, I don't want like it weaves this boundary so clearly of like I don't want to like have access to that. I don't want to like remember it. Like, you know, it's like and I feel like I don't know. I just feel like in like the last like 20 years that's been such an examined I don't know, part of society is like the mothers of these boys who commit these crimes and the ability to take accountability for it versus the way that they like.
My son would never do that.
I could not. I literally could not. And then we see like, you know.
Because you can't stomach the fact that you created a monster, first of all, and didn't do anything to stop it. Which
and
is
then,
exactly who she is.
But it also intertwines with like your own experience under the patriarchy, your own victimhood, but then it intertwines with your lack of accountability and then it intertwines with your inability to like unravel your own relationship to the patriarchy. And so it's literally, it's the thesis of the movie. It's I'd rather just not remember.
No, it's
but
so
you
good.
put that in a woman and it just like, it just like, I don't know, like the rock of patriarchy. It's like so heavy right there.
It touches on so much without being so obvious about the thesis. It's like these characters are so believable while touching on all these different components of patriarchy. Even Frida, the main character, is saying we can't call the fucking cops because they don't believe us anyway.
That part, bro.
And she says, "Oh, these white guys that we probably play fucking golf with, like I'm not gonna fucking disagree with them." And that's like,
that whole speech, just being able to hear her fucking say that, and she's like, and then we'll be like, but you should believe women, and then they'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Literally.
and just like that echoing throughout this theater is like, this was written by a fucking woman.
The other best friend, I don't remember her name, the badass, she was like, I just have a hard time making female friends because women are taught not to support each other but to compete against each other, and all the men are like, like it's so great to see you girls like bonding and like having a resilience, and the audience knows the truth. I love in these movies written by women where the men being depicted are in the dark and the audience knows kind of what's happening.
They look like dumbasses.
And they don't fucking know what's coming to them. And it just is such a good, like, it's so symbolic of men in society where women are like seeing through your bullshit.
That happens all the time. Like a group of people are around a table and like all the women know what's going on.
Yes.
And it's like, the men are just
it happened to us like 2 days ago.
Literally.
Wait, also that scene, I fucking love the subgenre of movies where it's women dancing to distract boys to kill them.
Oh my god!
That needs to be in every movie.
I know! And she gets up on the table. Oh my god, bro.
It's so
it sent chills down my spine. Like, these women finessing the fuck out of these idiot, powerful men. And then it's just like, boom.
Literally. Oh my
Like,
god.
you dumb fucking. They're like grabbing their shit.
hiding in it. I love it. Scary. And it's one of those
stressful
moments where I remember being young and like kind of realizing the threat that men have over me, like going to the grocery store, getting scared, walking alone, whatever.
Right.
And I remember thinking, like, I can either be afraid of men my whole life, forever and ever, or I can think about, like, I fucking hope today is the day I get to kill a man.
You've said this before.
Is that crazy to say?
No, I don't think it's crazy. I mean,
because I feel like that's when the women shifted. Like,
yeah.
When the women were like afraid of these men, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And then it's like, I fucking can't wait. She says, let's go say hi to the boys. Let me go fucking kill a man, please. Please.
No, I don't think it's a crazy thing to say at all. Honestly, my thing is like, no, I would be able to.
Shania, if we were on Pussy Island, we would come through.
Bro, that shit would be crazy.
Just like all those girls said. That's also what I loved is in women. First of all, the actresses were phenomenal.
Yeah,
and the way that she shot these actresses, realizing these moments was so gentle and loving, but also incredibly violent. And the women having these reactions of realization of what happened to them, and the reaction not being like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't do anything. All of them are just like, no, like, you sick fuck. And they all grab their fucking weapons and go. Because, like, that's what they fucking do. And I was so grateful to see that. Because I was a little, because when the women are going to start remembering.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what are they going to do? Like, are some of them going to be on the side of the boys somehow? Like, it's difficult. And women react different in those situations. But every single one of them, like, taking a motherfucker down.
They band together. It's like that green juice that they fucking drink, the like fucking venom or whatever, the truth serum. It's like female intuition. It's like she embodied, like, female intuition unlocks in all these women the remembering, also the physical remembering before the actual facts come back into play.
Oh my God.
And the fact that she like gave us a chance to see all of the women have that happen to them, because that is such a real aspect of like remembering sexual trauma. It's like the body remembers first, and they all have that experience, and then it unlocks like the fucking rage and the bond between all of them, and then they just go fucking ape shit.
Fucking love that. I love how Frida and we don't know her fucking name.
What girl?
The badass. She's climbing the trees. She's hot as
Hold that
fuck.
thought.
Fucking love her.
Hold on. Jack
So-
just texted in the group chat.
What did he say?
Is it crazy for me to nanny twin 6-month-old boys?
Jack's a mother now.
That's insane. Twin 6-month-old.
Jack does not know how to change a diaper.
That's awesome. Like, that
It'd
is
be
like,
really good for him.
I know. True.
Jack
Get
with a
your
fucking
ass in the
double
kitchen,
baby
bitch.
Bjorn. He would love it. He would love
He'd
it.
be so good at that too. Okay.
Twin 6-month-old boys. That's so many.
I just
penises.
like.
It's crazy.
I know. Oh my God. Okay, cast. Who's this bitch? Sarah. Her name's Sarah.
Okay,
That's why we don't remember her name.
Yeah, the names are kind of like we don't need to know.
Why does it say Zoe Kravitz is in the movie?
She was a flight stewardess. I noticed that. Her hand is just set something down.
That's fire. I love a little Easter egg like that.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, Sarah.
Love
her. She's a
they
badass.
are rivals the whole time. They're both competing for Channing Tatum's attention, which, like, we've all been there. We've all been doing that. We've
So
all
real.
found the one hot guy at the party.
So
and we're like,
real.
I'll fucking beat you up. Like, I got you.
You're eyeing the hottest girl there.
Yeah, and
Fuck
then you're disrespecting her in your head, which is like a universal female experience that we're conditioned to do. Anyway, so that happens. They have this whole rivalry. And then Frida's remembering, and then Sarah comes, and when she starts vocalizing how she doesn't fully remember yet, but she's just like, I think something's weird. And the second that they have that conversation that's like vocalizing that it's a weird vibe, you're just like, oh, thank God.
Yes.
Like, we got it now.
The power of gossip, bro.
Yes.
The power of female bonds and like sharing information.
Because it's so scary.
Yeah.
She's realizing, and she's so alone and isolated. Yeah. And when she has a partner to like help her in this isolation, it's just like it's gonna be a tough ride, but like they've got it. I just trust them so much. And that's how I felt. I trusted Zoe in the way that she directed it, because we've seen so many films that show sexual violence against women, and it's awful and degrading to no value. It's pornography. It's like reducive. It's disgusting. It's terrible. It's insane how often it happens.
Yeah.
And while her scenes were like very scary, and like I'm like thinking about it now, and it's like really.
It was more than I expected. Yeah.
And that's so. Me too.
Yeah.
It's very graphic, but it's graphic in a way that feels like it's from the female gaze, where it's you are seeing the women's reactions, but it's mostly on the men who are committing the violence, and it's not pornography in any way.
You don't
It's
even
shot
see any
subtly.
penetration or
No,
anything.
'cause you don't need to.
Exactly. There are these symbols, there are sounds, there are movements that like you know what's going on, which is why it's traumatizing, but it's not like the visual trauma that
Exactly.
I mean, you are witnessing,
It
but
is, but it's
the sensitivity.
and the way that she parlayed that into the women committing the violence, like we were saying, like you see all of it, and it's graphic. It's like Tarantino level graphic, which is like fucking awesome for her to do. And in any other space, if a man directed it, it'd be the inverse. It would be these sexual violent scenes would be so much more graphic than the women killing the men. It'd be like boom, done. But the women killing the men is so
they
delicious.
come back, we get 15 minutes
exactly
of them like bashing these motherfuckers' heads into stones, bro.
It's just like the ratio of the time you see the violence against the women, because it's just there's two big scenes.
It's big,
but it's short.
Yeah.
Fairly for the movie. And then the violent scenes
it kind of goes on.
But compared to the violent scenes, that's like 15 minutes. You're right.
No.
But then the violence against the women is like cut. We're like telling the story. We're not showing too much. It's still really scary. I'm not saying it's not. It's still really scary and triggering.
No. Yeah.
But I just trusted her. I felt like, and the first time it happens, you're like really shocked, obviously. But when I saw the way that she shot it, I was like, I trust her. Like this has a purpose.
Yeah.
Which is so rare to feel. I want to talk about too for a moment. Her direction on the sound design. The sound.
I was
design.
literally just gonna say
really?
the soundtrack was fucking.
What did you?
Fire.
Oh wait, you could talk about the soundtrack. I love.
Oh my god. Well, we were just talking about the like murdering scene. Okay, I went into this. We all know that there's a Beyonce song. Like you go into it, you've heard Zoe talking about it.
I'm getting heated.
And
Just
you're
thinking about
like,
it.
take it off. I just like there was no way in my mind that moment could have been as good as it was. Like, because they are on their way, they are strutting their asses. We're halfway or maybe entering into this, like, when they're murdering all the guys scene. Like, it's the beginning.
They're doubling down.
But you know what's about to go the fuck down.
They're finishing the job.
This fucking classic, one of those moments where it's like, it's a very classic strut. They're like slow-mo. But the fucking Renaissance album, these motherfuckers ain't stopping me. And oh my God. Like that, like they're just going to like annihilate these fucking guys.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best cinematic experiences I've ever seen.
Isn't that great? Their
Like,
dresses are dirty.
there's blood all
their
over
knives
them
and shit.
and they're gonna go fucking murder these bitches.
Yeah.
They got all their hidden weapons, and you're like, they're gonna go in.
I love it.
Redemption.
There's not enough suit up scenes in cinema for women. Like it's like boys putting their fucking guns
I
in their
know.
dicks.
I
and
always think about that. Like, I want to write like a fucking action superhero movie just so that these girls can like be in their slow mo, like with their fucking putting their
Literally.
shit on, bro.
revenge shit. That's some bottom shit too. We keep talking about bottom.
Exactly.
I fucking love soundtrack. Like I said, ain't nobody. That dance song, I was just like,
So
and the stakes are crazy though, because the stakes are so fucking high, and it is so scary, and you know shit's about to go down. You don't know how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
but you're like,
I know she maintains this levity throughout the whole thing.
I love it. I love, speaking of levity, the Yoko Ono, Don't Be Scared in the beginning, where it's like this beautiful little island song, but it's like, what is she saying right now? That's crazy what she's saying.
Yeah, the soundtrack
So
is
good.
so good.
James Brown at the end, the I'm Boss is so good. But I mean too, specifically like the sound design and like everything is, and it's a staple of the horror genre that she utilizes really well, where everything is so loud around you. It's all encompassing, but through the lens of this like extravagant wealth, it's the sound of that champagne popping and pouring. That's the best champagne you've ever had in your goddamn life.
Yeah,
the
it's
sound
visceral.
of him hitting that vape.
Yes.
You're like, whoa.
Have you heard her talk about how the vape sound was like so intentional?
Really?
She was like, we went through like 15 different vapes. Have to get
sounds
the
like
right crackle,
that
bro.
crackle on that top.
Oh my god.
The perfume, it's just like everything is so the
Visceral.
sound makes it luxurious somehow.
Yeah.
And it just takes a lot to do. And that's what I fucking love about movies is it's all of your senses. Like you can smell it and you can feel that, like you can everything. It just
You can
is like
taste it.
you
The
can
food?
taste it. Those Pop Rocks, like what the fuck?
I know.
It's just so specific.
Very visceral.
And you can only do that if you're Zoe fucking Kravitz and your dad is Lenny Kravitz and your mom is Lisa Bonet.
Bro, I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, this bitch is well versed on the
That's what
soundtrack.
I'm
This girl
saying.
was raised in a house with music and culture.
Yeah, I can tell
Like,
her dad is like a rock icon. I can tell her mom is like the most beautiful woman who's ever lived.
It's very impressive. It's very like
It's very impressive, and it also
the range
is,
of songs, like it's just crazy.
like, the songs, but the content. Like
Yeah.
Zoe being the nepo baby that she is, like her grandmother was on the fucking like a show in the 80s, like icons, like her whole family icons, and it's like. Her mom was on the Cosby Show, which is like, whoa.
That's insane.
Isn't that wild to think about that?
Yeah.
Like the tie-ins. And so she knows some shit about this industry and she knows some shit about this world and the 1% and what goes down. And she was talking about how she was feeling and she was like, I was just feeling all these things, experiencing all these things. My friends were experiencing like all this stuff was accumulating and I just had to write about it. I had to feel it out. And she was saying how she normally, when she has emotions like that, she'll play a song and she'll feel it out, or she'll watch a movie that reflects that feeling, or she'll do something. And she was like, none of those things were satiating this feeling. And so I was like, okay, I got to make a movie then. I got to direct a movie, which is like, and you can feel that. It feels necessary. It feels
cathartic.
Like, yes, so much is built to that moment. And I think it's just done so
I was
fucking
thinking
well.
that watching it, I was kind of like, knowing the nepo baby she is, like that's a crazy circle to be like in and putting out a movie like this, because I feel like
I think so too.
aren't those all your like homies? Like aren't these all your
I think that's why it lands. It tracks.
well yeah, she does she's able to execute it really well, and you can tell exactly what you're saying, like you can feel the luxury, and it's like that's a person who has been amidst luxury for a long time,
fucking growing up in Paris.
but I'm like, I don't know, like aren't like some of these like fucking Republic Records and shit, all these people are kind of like,
yeah, I did
they're
see
slimy.
A Letterboxd review was like, I don't fucking need Zoe Kravitz to tell me that millionaires are bad, which is like fair.
It's the White Lotus effect. It's the whole thing where it's like, okay, but we're still just like, it's still glamorous.
Yeah,
like
it
we're
is.
still just like,
They still shot it on location in Mexico,
like, and we're just like enamored by this world still. Like we're not actually like deconstructing any of it, but it gives you a nice sense of like catharsis.
You're right. It's deconstructing the men in the world.
Yeah.
It's not deconstructing the world itself because of the ending too.
Yeah.
And her, which fuck yeah.
It's not, yeah, exactly.
Which like love. Yeah, like she's supposed to go back and be a cater waiter?
No.
Like absolutely the
No,
fuck
that
not.
ending was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
But it's not like, in that sense, it's not, you know, it's not like revolution.
No, it's not.
It's more just
not.
like a critical examination of today's world.
Exactly. And it's putting the people who are in power in a different lens and then putting a subject like Frida in it at the top at the end. So it's like her conquering this world in a way too. So
Which
it's
is
a tale
feels
of conquering.
amazing.
Feels
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do
It's
know
the
what you
Beyonce
mean.
effect. It's like you move through. It's the Kamala effect. You move through the system. Like you still end up on top, but you're still a war criminal.
Yeah.
Like it's
Wow,
still,
yeah.
you know.
That's a really great
But-
tie-in. That's
but-
really smart.
It's like, but that's like, I feel like that's the extent to which any movie is going to go for the most
Absolutely.
part. You know?
Yeah.
Especially if you're Zoe Kravitz.
Especially
Anyways, it's still delicious to watch.
Absolutely. And how few female directors are there, how few black female directors there are. Like, I think it's like absolutely like it does
Something new.
It does something new.
Yeah.
And I would agree with the Letterboxd quote by a random person that was like, I don't need her to tell me
Yeah.
billionaires are bad. But
Yeah.
it's like, she fucking killed it though.
She did
If
it in a really beautiful
If she
way.
didn't kill it,
Yeah.
then like, yeah, I'd be like, what does she got to say?
Shut the fuck up,
She
yeah.
has some shit to say.
Yeah.
And she does it really beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, if you enjoy witnessing that world, if you like the White Lotus of it all, then it's like, this is amazing. This is really, really well
Yeah,
done.
that's so true.
Which I love that shit.
I love
so
it.
I'm like, I'm sad and I'm
wanna
gonna
drink
watch
that
it.
champagne.
I know,
it.
delicious.
It's delicious.
It's so fucking
And I
yummy.
love the first 30 minutes of a horror movie where it's like literally everything's great.
La la la.
Everything's fucking awesome.
I
right
know.
now. And so she wrote it and directed it, and she co-wrote it with this guy, E.T. something.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And he's a writer on High Fidelity. And the whole time I was like, Zoe has a very specific comedic tone.
High Fidelity coded as fuck.
It's her comedic tone, and you can see it through the film. And the way that this is funny at the same time, again, I think is just so brilliant. But the comedic tone in this like high stakes, scary ass movie, I think is like really specific to her because it's what she did in High Fidelity. She did it a little bit with Catwoman too. First of all, that's fucking Catwoman.
I know.
Hi, what?
I know.
This movie was directed by Catwoman.
I know. That's crazy.
That's crazy,
I love
Shania.
her. I know. Kind of like, this might be a crazy take, but like if all the Nepo babies were putting out shit as good as this, like, babe, you got the resources, like, give me some shit. That's why it's that good. You got the life experience, you got the resources, you got the soundtrack, you got access to Beyonce, put that shit in the soundtrack. Then give me more. Give me all the Nepo babies you've got. They get lazy. They get on their fucking boring white girl shit, and then I'm like bored.
They do.
But if you give me this shit, then Nepo baby your ass off.
Who gives a fuck?
Like,
I don't give a fuck.
I know.
First of all, you're hot.
Literally, the rest of them are Nepo babies too.
That's
Like,
so
who
true.
else is making movies? At least hers was like a little like...
That's so true. Speaking of that, you catch the Lenny Kravitz clip in the beginning? You catch that?
No.
Bro, this was crazy.
He's in it?
Yes, dude.
What?
Frida, it's like the first, it's crazy that she did this so early in the movie. Because it's self-aware.
Easter eggs, yeah.
It feels self-aware. Frida's like scrolling on her phone, and the first clip is this crazy viral clip of Lenny Kravitz in the gym in leather pants and a mesh tank top doing these crazy like
wait, I didn't realize that was Lenny.
That's Lenny. That's her dad.
No.
And she was like, yeah, I didn't tell anybody that I was doing. I didn't tell him. And then at the premiere, everyone was like, gasped.
Oh
at it.
my
And he was like,
God.
what the fuck?
That's brilliant.
Also, the lead actress, Naomi Ackie, is that her name? Mm-hmm. She is fucking Whitney Houston in the new Whitney Houston biopic. Didn't see it yet.
I think I watched like half of that.
Really?
Maybe that's why she looks so familiar.
She's also in you know the show Master of None? They did like a short film, like a film version for like season 3, 4 or something, and she was the lead in it. That's why I knew her too.
That's cool. She's brilliant.
She's brilliant.
That
And
haircut.
we just found out too that she's gonna be in Bong Joon-ho's new movie with Robert Pattinson, which is
really good.
What?
Carlos is excited about
Right?
that.
Anyway, Aaliyah Shawkat too. She's the best friend with the braids. She's from Arrested Development. I love her. She's an amazing comedic actress.
Yeah,
she's just in a ton of shit. She's so funny, and to have that character be who she is in the movie, the plot point that she is in the movie, you need to like fall in love with this girl. Like you need to be obsessed with her and like feel a friendship with her. Yes. And then when she's gone, it's so lonely. And it's like
the forgetting is crazy. Can we talk about the thesis of the movie?
Yeah,
like
please.
His whole thesis is like people never forgive, they forget. It's also really interesting. That's why I also think it's an examination of just like today because
cancel culture.
It's cancel culture.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't have anything to say. I just was like, I don't know it just seems.
I think it's a commentary on, first of all, how easily we forget these white men's atrocities, white people's atrocities, but white men in this specific instance, and how the thesis at the end is it's like, yeah, we can't fucking forgive these fuckers ever, no matter what, like, because they just do the same fucking shit, and that's who he is, and his whole I'm sorry scene is like how they're fake as fuck, they're fake as fuck, and we can't let them get away with it. So what happens?
I know.
Well,
that's what I don't understand is I'm like, is the thesis like we can't forgive and we can't forget, so we have to get revenge? Like,
yeah, she's telling us to kill them.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, she's telling us to kill them.
She's like, don't forgive and don't forget, bitch.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's also just like, I think the whole thing is just like, beware. Don't fucking trust men.
Yeah.
Don't trust men, period.
Yeah.
Which is just feels true. And it's also trust girls, no matter what. Even if you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, yeah, you're right. How do I help you?
Yeah.
Talk to your girls.
Yeah.
That's also the thesis too.
Gossip.
Yeah. The forgetting and the forgetting is such an interesting thesis.
Yeah.
And that's the Gina Davis character. She's saying, I didn't want to know. I wanted to forget. Which is like selective forgetting and caring when it benefits you personally is such a thing in cancel culture. And how cancel culture is actually like light as fuck on these white boys. Like, it's actually like not a witch trial at all.
Yeah.
It's actually just like super necessary sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, I also think the take is like pinpointing the exact lack of nuance that there is in cancel culture.
Yeah.
It's like either we forgive or we forget. Where is accountability in
Yeah.
that? Where is like behavior and I don't know.
Well, also though, it is kind of. I feel like the commentary on accountability is only him saying like, "I've sought therapy, I've donated to charities." It opens
the
on his
manipulation
charity.
of the therapy speak and shit like that too
Yeah,
is
love.
such a
Set your
modern
intention.
like.
And he's a charitable man. It's on his comeback. This is my charity. I have chickens. I live.
Also, the
outside.
therapist being in on it too,
and her getting him out at the end.
and the therapist like knowing too, the blink twice at the beginning where he blinks twice, and she's like, he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
That's the thing is these men like even though he's like spraying the forgetting shit on him or whatever.
Yeah. No, he knows.
Like,
'Cause
he
comes in at
knows.
the end and he's like, "I'd like to continue our conversation." And Channing Tatum's like,
He's like, what the fuck's going on?
And then she is like, "Woo-doo," and the security takes the therapist away. So she's like from the inside getting rid of all these fuckers, which is like she's a hero.
Yeah, she is.
She's a CEO.
I know, that's crazy. She takes over the whole thing at
Love
the end,
it.
bro. My question is, do you think the woman with the braids, the
Right.
cute little lady,
Yeah.
fucking love her?
Her name, she's credited as Badass Maid. That's her character name.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, the badass
her.
maid. Literally love her.
was
Did she
wondering.
plot the whole thing? Like, as soon as Frida gets back on the island, first of all, Red Robin and Red Rabbit is like so fucking smart. Like,
Wait, what do you mean?
She, like, the whole time you think she's saying Red Robin, right?
Oh, I didn't think that.
You heard Red Rabbit the whole time?
I just didn't really know what she was saying, the way that Frida did it.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting, though.
Like, Red Robin, like the game.
Oh, you thought she was playing a game?
No, like the game, like Red
No,
Robin.
I know, but you thought the maid was just like saying that to be silly or cute?
I thought it was like a spooky, like it just makes you be like, what the fuck does this mean? And then at the end you find out she's saying
Red Rabbit.
because she's been there before.
Yes.
And isn't that what the game Red Robin or Round Robin is the game? You've never played this game?
I played Red Robin, but I don't know how you play it.
Doesn't it have like a cyclical nature to it? Point is, I think the lady with the braids, like I wonder if she plotted the whole thing. Like basically she sees this girl comes back and then she like gives her the fucking
Gave her the
remembering
juice.
serum.
Yeah, I'm wondering that. Because she's killing all the snakes and she's like working for Slater, obviously. And does she know everything that's happening? I
Yeah.
don't know. She knows everything that's happening. Or is he just
I
like,
think
kill
so.
the snakes? We gotta have the
I think
snakes
people
done.
like that, they know everything that's happening.
Then why wouldn't she like kill him? She can kill snakes.
How the fuck is she gonna kill
Yeah, I know.
a
That's not her job.
billionaire
It's not her
who
job.
also has a marine with a gun
Yeah, that's
strapped
crazy.
next to him
Oh
at
my
all
god, let's
times?
talk about the marine joke.
Bro, oh
my God.
That was the best fucking line I have ever heard in my entire life. And we were the only two people in the theater. We audibly, like, we cannot stop laughing, bro. What did he say?
He says, Christian Slater wants ice for his drink, and he looks at the Marine who like hasn't said anything the whole time, and he's like, "Johnny, you're a Marine, right?" And the Marine's like, "Still am." And he says, "Well, why don't you be a hero twice and get me some ice?" and I were dead.
Geek, bro.
No one
I
thought
need
it was
to do
funny.
That. Nobody laughed.
Do not joke about
Nobody laughed. But like next time I know someone's like if somebody's wearing like a veteran's hat or
Why
something.
don't you be a hero twice? It's
I didn't be a
crazy.
hero twice, bro. That
That
shit
is
was
crazy.
so good.
And I saw Zoe in an interview. Someone was like, "What's the best advice you gotten?" And she was like, "If they can't take a joke, fuck them." And that,
Facts.
that is
Facts.
our thesis of the podcast.
If
If they can't take a joke,
Fuck
fuck them. Anyway, love the movie.
I want to talk about this little lady, bro, with the
Oh,
braids.
sorry.
It's not
Badass maid?
I'm just saying the badass maid is the
didn't know.
hero of the whole fucking movie, and I'm just saying women like that
She was
know
smart.
everything that's going on. The difference between her and the white lady assistant, the old
Yes,
white lady,
100%.
like this woman, this little badass maid, like literally finessed, rigged the whole thing, and shut down this fucking sex scheme that
Yeah.
was going on.
She was smiling.
She's
the
the
shot at the end of
hero.
her smiling at it burning made, because I didn't know the first time I watched it. I was like, I don't really know. And then the second time, her like smiling as it burned, I was like, oh, she did it. She did it.
She literally puppeteered the whole fucking
Yeah,
thing.
she did. You're
And that's
right.
brilliant.
I loved that. What did you think about the other guys who were working there that smiled at her in the beginning? And they were like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't really know.
I know. It was kind of like a
And
Get Out kind of vibe,
Yeah.
where they're all like creepy about it.
I know. And maybe the men knew about it, and that's why they were smiling at
Kind
the
of
girls.
creepy, yeah.
And she's killing snakes. So, yeah. But she's so good at killing the snakes, though.
You want her to go kill Christian Slater
I'm
and
not
be
saying
out of a
she can
job?
kill
Not
him.
Christian Slater.
I'm not
fucking
saying
Slater,
she should
whatever.
kill his ass too. I'm not. No, you're right. You're right. I'm just saying. I feel like if she is the mastermind, she'd be a little less good at killing these snakes.
Why?
Because she wants them to get bitten by the snake. To remember, she wants to give them the venom, and she's so good at killing the snakes.
She's killing the snakes to get the venom to put it in the green juice. She's making that green juice, bro.
God.
Yes.
She's harvesting the venom.
Yes, bro.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yes,
you're
bro.
right. I did not catch that.
Yes.
You were 1,000 right.
She's fucking, I bet she let that snake out to fucking kill Jess. I bet she plotted the whole fucking thing.
You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right.
Because she's one with
milking the
nature.
snakes.
Yes, bro.
You're right.
She's like tapping into
I
that
fucking
shit.
love that.
Anyways.
Badass maid.
She's the hero of the whole movie.
Yeah, she's adorable.
And then she tag teams with Frida, bro. Frida gets it. All of a sudden she's tag teaming with Sarah. Boom, boom, boom. Women together.
Yes.
We fucking
You're
love
right.
that shit. Yay! Wanted to be a hero
twice. Get me some ice.
Bro. Must
is
use.
funny.
I can't wait for the day. I really hope I never forget that line.
He's gonna be so mad if
He's
you
gonna
say
be so
that.
mad. That's our opportunity killer. Anyway.
We gotta find a marine at one point and say it at the same time.
Oh my God, in unison. No, yeah, maybe like a marine friend or something. But
Why would we have
a
a
worse? We can have a friend who's actually. I know exactly who I'm gonna do it on. The guy in my acting class was a marine, but he had a kind of a traumatic experience. So maybe I won't. This we don't need to ground this in reality.
Hero twice. No, maybe like
a plastic water bottle.
What about like an old
fucker? That guy's gonna murder you. He'd murder
I'd
him
like
right
to see
back.
him try.
Yeah, literally.
Give me a reason,
Bow,
bitch.
bow.
Give me a reason.
Okay, I think that's a wrap on Blink Twice.
Loved it.
Channing.
Oh, I hate to do this. This is another thing I
That's
wanted
okay.
to talk to you about.
Bring it back.
What is your stance on her originally titling it Pussy Island?
I know. I heard about this.
Because I can see how that's insensitive. I can see how female audiences are like, well, I don't really fuck with that much.
Yeah.
But I do see how she's like, what? It's funny, and it's the joke, and it's
Yeah.
this clever title. And I think it's a cunt title.
It is cunt.
But I do see how, when that first scene happens, you're like, whoa. The violence.
First scary scene, yeah.
You're like, whoa. And the idea
Yeah.
that it's called Pussy Island and you
That's
watch that,
too-
it's a bit.
You also you cut out like an entire generation of women who are going to
That's
come
so
see
true.
that.
That's so
Like,
true. And men.
Yeah, like you cut out a whole demographic of
Pussy
people.
Island is, that's got to
It's
be
cunt.
something. Though. She's got to use
That's
that
like the
at some
title of
point.
our song.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna write a
Right?
song called Pussy Island.
I feel like the song we have right now. Oh, you didn't need me. Like that's Pussy Island.
Pussy Island.
Pussy Island.
Okay, sneak peek.
We'll figure that out. Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I like it, but it's graphic.
Yeah. Would you personally feel uncomfortable by that being the title, or
No,
would you
I'm
fuck
down.
with it?
I'm down.
I'm down. Not for the song, for the movie.
No, I'm down.
Down. Me too. I think
I
it's
love
sick.
that word. Like
It's-
honestly,
it's an MGM major motion picture.
they
can't title
do
it
that.
Pussy
What are they gonna do?
Island.
Asterisk.
Fucking
Like it's gonna be
no.
all over LA. Like all these kids are
Yeah.
gonna be walking by. Like what the fuck?
And it is distasteful halfway through when the women are just being victimized,
Right.
but at the end it's Pussy fucking Island,
It is,
bitch.
bitch, yeah.
It's Pussy Island.
I think she should have called it like Pussy Takeover or something.
Then you know how it happened.
Pussy
You know
Takeover
how it
Redemption
happened.
Island, bitch.
Perfect. You should write it.
Pussy Bites Back. That's what she should have fucking
Pussy.
called it.
No, don't give that to her. We need to use that.
Oh, I've been saying that since I was in like
Pussy
8th
Bites
grade.
Back?
Yeah, I wrote that. We went to our first women's march and I wrote it on a big poster.
Shania,
Is that not a thing? I thought that was like a thing.
I've never heard it
Pussy
before.
Bites Back,
And you
bitch.
coined it.
We have to talk about Beyonce's birthday.
Okay, whoa. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
We can't sing for me. That's a crazy note to start happy birthday on. Happy birthday. Why is it minor? Have you seen the lip sync battle with Channing Tatum and Beyonce?
Yes.
Speaking of, if I'm Zoe Kravitz,
That's
I'm like,
a crazy crossover for this episode.
I'm gonna marry that man.
Oh
Yep.
my god. Oh my
we
god.
didn't talk about the fact that they're engaged to be married because
I
of this
know.
movie.
Because of this movie?
They met on this movie. Yes, it's crazy.
Wait, that's insane. I thought they were like engaged for like a hot minute.
No. I mean, the movie is a while ago
Oh my
shot.
god.
I know.
Oh, I love that.
Which makes me love him even more, and it makes this performance even more special because he's like, yeah, I'll go there.
And it's like you can never trust a man, but it's nice like knowing that the guy like you kind of trust him.
Also, like you said, the parasocial relationships, you're watching it, and all these like white guy actors who are playing these villains, I'm like, fucking love it.
Yeah.
If you're a white guy actor, yeah,
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
nice
get fucking murdered to fuck at the
Bash,
end. Like,
bro.
yeah, you're gonna do some gross
She
shit.
bit his fucking pinky off, bro. What?
Pussy bites back.
That's insane. No, and Channing Tatum too, like he's been around the block. He's been like
Yeah.
in the public eye for 20 years. Like
Yeah.
if he had some shit, like we'd probably like now we would know.
He probably has, and we just aren't hip to it.
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like I hope there's nothing.
Well, they're definitely. Well, I don't fucking know.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, let's not
They're
go
all.
there.
I guess
Happy birthday, Beyonce!
Congrats to Zoe and Channing.
We're so excited.
We're waiting for
them.
our RSVP.
Hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
super exciting. Congratulations,
Beyonce,
them. Congratulations,
Beyonce's
Beyonce.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I think that's all. Okay.
Great song. Loved the song in the movie.
Good song.
Great
girl.
song, Beyonce.
Okay.
How do we do this? So we need to have for the fairy question.
Yeah. We want to take you all on an immersive experience
It's a new thing we're trying.
the mermaid land of fairy tales.
Okay, where are we?
I think, honestly, we were just at the lake. Love the lake.
Okay.
Anybody who hasn't been to Lake Michigan?
Should I just found out about Lake Michigan, y'all?
Literally.
Send you on to
Put
Lake
on,
Michigan,
princess,
bitch.
bro. You're the queen of Lake Michigan, bro.
Yes, I am.
That shit hits. I've been thinking about it every single day.
It's phenomenal.
I'm not even kidding you.
Something about a lake hits a little different than an ocean.
It's
I'm
crispy,
not gonna lie to
it's
you.
clean, and it's clear. Okay.
So we're in the lake.
We're in
so
the
we
lake.
have Wisconsin accent.
Oh, shit.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Okay,
you
what are we
keep doing
doing?
that. Okay.
You're not gonna do it with me?
I don't know how to do
You do it all the time.
Wisconsin.
Exactly. Yep.
But
Okay, you can.
I
You
feel
can
like
be
I'm
from out of
getting
town.
embarrassed.
You want to be from out of town?
so fucking crazy. Okay, we gotta lock in. Okay.
Wait. We need a situation.
Yeah, we're like deep inside the ocean, inside the lake. Mm-hmm. The situation. I kind of thought we were gonna like narrate our way through it. Like we were gonna like.
I kind of
I
thought it
say
was,
this, and then you add on, and then it's
Right.
like, okay, and then here comes the sparkly Glinda mermaid.
and then that's
And then you're like,
person.
"Hi."
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Got
right?
it. Okay, I'll be like, hi. Okay, great. Thank you. That's
The
really good
Wisconsin
direction.
Lake Mermaid.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey there. I can't.
Wait, we have to set the scene
Okay,
first.
great. Go ahead, narrator. You're the narrator.
Okay. Good morning. I think the role play is hard when we're pretending to be mermaids is something I'm realizing. I don't think that I thought it'd be really easy to like embody, but honestly
Well, it's also like we're acting just with our voices. That's pretty fucking hard.
no, I think we did a good job. I honestly think if we turn off the video, we might like it a lot.
Okay, so we just cut the video and you just have to listen to this.
A radiant, glistening scales. We swim over closer to the mermaid. And we realize something she's beginning to speak.
Hey there. Hey there. What's your name? Who are you? Hello? What's your name?
Oh, hi. I'm from the valley. We're just going for a little swim here.
The Valley?
Yeah. It's not going well. How can we do it in a way that's like, what if you don't meet me? What if, maybe I'm a fish?
Great. New character change. We were like trying to wear, we said we were going to wear like boy outfits today.
Yeah.
And it is really hard. Oh, great.
That's really good. It's really good.
It's really hard to dress in the summertime as a boy. Like, boys.
Well, the boys are fine.
This
They
sucks.
just wear t-shirts.
I know.
It looks bad on us.
Men
it
need
doesn't.
better summer clothes.
Facts. Well, yeah, they don't have a sundress. You don't have a mini skirt. You're missing the booty shorts.
Yes,
like, what
they
are
should
we?
just wear that.
They don't have anything.
Carlos, do you not like wearing summer clothes as a boy? I love wearing summer. But you're wearing pants, and it's 90
See, I
degrees
told you
out.
the boys are fine. They like it.
Why, you don't like how it looks?
The shorts are like a weird.
Really? But you have you're limiting yourself so much. You're just wearing one type of bottom pant. Aren't you like? Don't you want to explore? He's like, yeah, I'm comfortable.
That's what I was saying. Is like I think the boys
don't give a
like
fuck.
it. They're down.
And if they wanted to, they would wear a
the
sundress.
boys throw this on and they're like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's true.